Fallout is already a massively successful franchise by Bethesda Softworks, but the most popular and well-loved in the series is definitely Fallout New Vegas by Obsidian Entertainment. Bethesda can't promise a new Fallout game for at least 10 years, but can Xbox force their hand and let the best Fallout creators develop that coveted Fallout New Vegas 2? Fallout 4 and Fallout 76 are products of the 2010s, and although well-loved, long in the tooth, outdated, and with the success of the Fallout TV show, fans are starving for a brand new Fallout game. It's only reasonable then that the original creators of the Fallout game be tasked again to create the next Fallout spin-off. In the late 1990s, Interplay, which was made up of leaders and developers that now run Obsidian Entertainment and some over it in exile, studios owned by Xbox, created the original Fallout 1 and 2. After the massive success of Fallout 3 in 2008, Bethesda Softworks, in partnership with ZeniMax, hired Obsidian Entertainment to create a Fallout 3 spin-off, Fallout New Vegas, and gave them just 18 months to turn around what is arguably the best and most loved Fallout game in the entire series. Fallout New Vegas offered true faction-wide and organic RPG choice, one of the best stories, and one of the greatest open-world RPGs of its time. Fallout New Vegas was an extremely rushed project, barely making a release date in the holiday of 2010, and the results speak for themselves. Improvements made to the 2008 Fallout 3 with aim-down sights gunplay and the return of perks, and a callback to classic Fallout 1 and 2 mechanics made Fallout New Vegas an instant classic. So much in Fallout New Vegas felt so tactile and real, down to the faction clothing and gear that the world actually reacted to. Rival factions seeing you wearing the wrong gear would make them hostile. The factions in Fallout New Vegas, with the bloodthirsty Caesar's Legion, even down to the drug-infused fiends, made the Mojave Wasteland a dangerous place to survive, and every item and location you interacted with was a desperate attempt for survival, with continuous backstabbing and untrustworthy locals. The variety of weapons and improved gunplay in Fallout New Vegas, along with a much more varied and lifelike location, made an improvement in every single corner of the Fallout universe in New Vegas. You can see how fully realized Fallout New Vegas is in the Fallout 4 engine. This would be so appealing for fans who want to rediscover this franchise, especially for those that never got quite into Fallout New Vegas and feel like the 2010 game would be far too rusty to pick up in the 2020s. But there is something actually there beyond the community-driven mod that recreates Fallout New Vegas. Can somebody take the reins and revitalize the Fallout franchise and make it a reality instead of having fans wait for 10 years? A year before Starfield released from Bethesda Softworks, Todd Howard was grilled about the future franchise of Fallout and a possible Fallout 5 that seemed to be several years away. And in subsequent interviews, Todd Howard has been asked if he'd be willing to give the franchise to another support studio since Bethesda Softworks has been busy with Starfield content and the upcoming Elder Scrolls 6. During an interview with Kinda Funny Games, Todd Howard spoke about the time it takes to craft a game like Elder Scrolls and Fallout. You know, they do take a long time, and so I think one of the things we're focused on here is obviously making sure they're the highest quality, but also finding ways to increase our output because we don't want to wait that long either, right? It's never our plan, but we want to make sure we get it right. Bethesda hasn't handed one of their IPs to another developer since Obsidian Entertainment. When asked if he'd be interested in working with Obsidian again, Todd Howard said, "I would say we've always had those conversations." Close quote. Fergus Erhardt, the CEO of Obsidian Entertainment, has spoken many times about his willingness or even official requests to allow the Obsidian team to take on the next Fallout game or another Fallout spin-off. Obsidian has proved themselves in this genre with the wildly successful Outer Worlds in 2019 and the hype generated for the upcoming Outer Worlds 2 to release at the end of 2025. Right now, Obsidian Entertainment is busy working on two different projects. One is finishing Outer Worlds 2, and the other is a sequel to the backyard survival game Grounded. The Grounded team is made up of a dozen or so developers, but the remainder of the Obsidian team will be looking for a new project once they wrap Outer Worlds at the end of 2025. The team of modders and content creators on PC are working on a massive project to bring Fallout New Vegas fully realized in the creation engine that built Fallout 4. Essentially, they're taking the entire Fallout 4 engine and painstakingly recreating every asset, location, character, quest, voiceover, and the beloved Fallout New Vegas 2010 game in modernizing it into the 2015 Fallout 4 engine. Fans of Fallout New Vegas love the game to death, but playing it in today's times, it feels very stilted, stiff, and archaic. Bringing the tone, story beats, diverse levels, and incredible quest lines into a more modern engine has been an impressive feat that so far has fans excited with millions of views on their trailers. Right now, the Fallout 4 New Vegas mod project is slated only to be available on PC via mods, but knowing how Fallout 4 New Vegas can look and seeing how incredible the graphics and art style of Obsidian's Outer Worlds franchise can be right now, it only makes sense to give the next Fallout game over to Obsidian Entertainment. Fans have been speculating about a possible location for the next Fallout spinoff to hold us over for Fallout 5, basing it in Texas or Louisiana, or even returning to Fallout New Vegas again. If you've played Fallout New Vegas, you know that the story is far from complete, as it was mostly a battle for power at Hoover Dam. But there's so much more that could be explored across the Mojave Wasteland, and this is what fans want. Obsidian Entertainment has been working in Unreal Engine 4 and now Unreal Engine 5 for Grounded and the upcoming Outer Worlds 2. Fans have been asking Bethesda Softworks or the next Fallout game to be built outside of the Creation Engine and move the series into Unreal Engine or another game engine that has more creative force for graphical fidelity. Although we can be foolish to think Starfield is not a great looking game, and at first glance sometimes it may look rather bland and spacious empty planets, but what Bethesda has done with the Creation Engine 2 in Starfield definitely gives us a great insight of what the next Fallout game could look like. Concepts of Fallout in Unreal Engine 5 are truly exciting and give us a modern look into the 2020s or even 2030s prospect of playing a massive Fallout game with modernized graphics, visuals, and especially modernized mechanics and combat. One of the most important factors of making a new Fallout game is having access to all of the creative tools that make a Fallout game, fully fleshed out with hundreds of thousands of inventory items, customizable weapons, and ongoing quests that can last dozens of hours. The gunplay and animation quality for combat and melee and firearms, this would translate over incredibly to Fallout, a game built in the current Creation Engine 2. You have to remember that the quality of graphics and animations is not always down to just engine. It comes from talented developers that take the time to fully realize and model out highly detailed and immersive looking gear, armor, characters, and weapons. All of this is completely attainable with Creation Engine 2 right now. But if Obsidian was to take on a Fallout spinoff, they've already proven they can do everything that a Fallout game requires, all within the construct of Unreal Engine 5. The reality of waiting for Todd Howard's Bethesda Softworks team to make Fallout 5 has fans waiting till at least 2030 or 2035. Nearly an entire decade to finally play a brand new Fallout game. And with the TV series heading into season 2 and likely to be another hit for Amazon Prime, striking while the iron is hot is something that Bethesda Softworks' long development plan doesn't accommodate. In the past, Todd Howard seemed to have an iron grip on the ownership of Fallout, but seems to be warming up to the idea of allowing another trusted studio to take on a Fallout game, with Tim Kaine, the former developer from Interplay, is on board to be a consultant for the new Fallout game, and that means Todd Howard could leave the series in trusted hands. Until then, the thirst for a new Fallout game has fans waiting on community-driven mods, continuing to play Fallout 76, and hoping that a game like Outer Worlds 2 will scratch the itch of an immersive RPG. Hopefully in the interim, Bethesda Softworks and Obsidian Entertainment can come to an agreement to fast-track a Fallout spin-off game, and one day we'll find ourselves back in the Mojave Wasteland for Fallout New Vegas 2, or some brand new location to get our Fallout fix. This is Colteastwood. Thank you so much for checking out this video. As you can see, I'm a pretty big Fallout fan, and Fallout New Vegas is my favorite as well. And watching and following all the things that Obsidian Entertainment has said, Fergus Urquhart and Tim Kaine, formerly of Interplay, it seems like a no-brainer to bring Fallout back by having another team besides Bethesda work on it. And I don't think really a Fallout series like that could wait 10 years or 12 years to actually come out. I think it would really ruin the momentum of one of gaming's best franchises. And one of the big problems is that the games no longer take 18 months to make. Now they're taking 5 to 6 years, especially for big AAA games like this. And Bethesda is certainly busy with Starfield support, and we won't see Elder Scrolls 6 until 2028 at maybe the earliest. If you end up enjoying this video, let me know by liking and subscribing to the channel. Hit the bell to be notified of new weekly content. If you want to further support what we do here on the Colt Eastwood channel, you can do that by hitting the join button below. That'll get you early access for videos. You can be in the comment section early with a membership. Also monthly merch giveaways, which will be moving stuff through Threadless. It'll be great. Check that out. Also check out the podcast and platform. We have the Ecstasy podcast every Monday night at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. There, Middle-Aged Game Guy and I will talk about some of the news and leaks, and we're talking about the roadmap for games. It's been really great. We appreciate your support. But let me know what you think about Fallout. Do you think it's possible that there'll be something besides a community-driven mod that will give us our Fallout fix before the next 10 years pass? Is it really going to happen? You think Bethesda will step up and let the franchise go to a trusted studio? It's got to be Obsidian. They got to be their next project. I hope it's true. Let me know what you think in the comments. And while you're there, as I always say, please be nice.